All right, so this is going to be just a real quick video, and let me share out my screen here. So the purpose of this video really is to cover how to import the WebMatrix reusable DLLs. So WebMatrix, I guess just to back up a second. So WebMatrix was a code editor, kind of like Visual Studio is. You might be familiar with brackets, which is a type of code editor. You might be familiar with Visual Studio Code, which is which is a suggested replacement for WebMatrix. But these are all code editors. One of the nice things that WebMatrix had was that you could have this code editor to write C#, ASP.NET, Razor type code, and you had pre-built reusable code libraries. So WebMatrix and that reusable code library was really useful, because then you wouldn't have to write the code yourself for doing things like data tables, things like that. So WebMatrix as a code editor is now EOL. It's gone. But the reusable code was pretty useful, and this has now been replaced by Microsoft.AspNet.WebPages.Data and WebData. So how do you get this? How do you get these DLLs to then get into Visual Studio? So I'll just show you that real quick. Obviously, if you have the DLLs themselves, you could import them into your project. But I'm going to show you how to do that here in NuGet. So there, let me jump over to. So as I mentioned, you have Visual Studio Code is one of those editors, but in this case, we're going to go ahead and use Visual Studio. If you already know how to use NuGet, here are the two package libraries that you can download. Obviously, the version may be different by the time you see this video, but this is where you can get it. For those that aren't familiar, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that now. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and open up a new web project. I'm just going to open up a web application project, ASP.NET Web Application.NET Framework, and I'm just going to open up an empty project. All right, once your code's up and ready, your project up and ready, you can see that in our references, we have no references to the WebMatrix DLLs. And so to simply do that, you want to open up NuGet. So to do that, you go to Tools, NuGet Package Manager, and Package Manager Console. And then you'll have the package console down here. And then we're just going to basically, you can type this out, but I'm going to copy and paste it to save some time. And I usually leave off the version. But you're basically going to take these two lines and add it into your project. When you do that, NuGet goes ahead and pulls that down and then automatically inserts it into the references where it belongs. So it's really neat. Okay, now you can see that I have the two WebMatrix reusable codes now in my project. One of the other neat things about this and NuGet is, as you work, if you need to update any of your projects, you can come in here and you can see that there's some updates already. So you can just go here, select your packages, and click Update, and it'll automatically pull down the latest reusable code libraries that are already part of your project. Pretty neat and nifty. That'll get you the latest code.